My mom felt bad for me commuting across half the city, so she just bought me an apartment in Lower Manhattan where my company is, and picked up 3 deeded parking spots along with it. I'd only been in the place for a week when I got housed by a weird neighbor from the next unit. That day, the doorbell rang out jarringly. I opened the door to find a middle-aged man in a green shirt, sporting a prominent beer belly, who introduced himself as Joey.
Hey there, pretty lady. I've noticed those 3 parking spots of yours have been sitting empty for nearly 2 weeks now. How about you let us use the one with the charging station?
I just froze at the door.
That parking lot of yours is practically rusting away. If we park there, we'll actually be helping you maintain it. It's a win-win. So great in Sustathin, no be win.
Sir, do we even know each other? He got even more self-righteous, pulled out a crumpled notebook and waved it around.
Whole family had a meeting, and it was a unanimous vote. You're at work all day, so we'll park there at night. We'll pin half night. We'll call parking presentracy, you get vang run at night. We'll pay 30 cents a k-watch for charging. You'll make a nice little profit in the long run. Oh, and I drove my Chevy EV all the way from my hometown in Pennsylvania for this spot. 9 whole hours. Cost me nearly $200 in gas, and I didn't even ask you to split it.
I slammed the door shut on him. Are you out of your mind? I didn't expect him to pound on the door and yell even louder.
You're my sister-in-law now. The whole family voted you in as my brother's wife. Family don't keep score. What's the big deal with one lousy parking spot? It's not like you're using it.
He even pulled out a terribly photoshopped marriage certificate and shoved it at the camera.
You think you can take my brother's money and—
More and more people tuned into his live stream, and he got even more smug.
Defy me, and I'll make sure you can't set foot in New York ever again.
I let out a cold laugh and pulled out my phone to record every second of it. If he wanted a fight, we'd see who ruined their reputation first. I had just pulled my brand new Tesla into the garage when a figure suddenly darted out and knocked on the window, giving me quite a scare.
Come on. You don't look like you're short on cash, and you've got 3 spots. Can you let him in? Is one. What's wrong with letting us use one? Saves you the bastard of maintaining it, too. It's perfect.
Joey suddenly raised his voice, drawing stares from every driver passing by.
Lydia, why are you being so heartless? I drove 9 hours from Pennsylvania for this spot. Didn't ask you to reimburse my gas, and you can't even let us use a parking spot?
I laughed in frustration.
You young girls have never known hardship.
Did I make you drive 9 hours back here? I said no. One more time.
Do you have any idea how hard it is to make money these days? I'll pay you an extra 4 cents a kph. That's at least 20 cents a day in profit. Is that not enough? Don't be so damn greedy.
He sputtered as he talked. I rolled up the window and let him bang on the glass as I got out from the passenger side. But Joey wouldn't let it go. He stepped right in front of me.
That's a new car, huh? Tesla? Cost you 70, 80 grand easy? Take my advice. You're new to the working world. You don't need a fancy car like this. Return it and grab a shared e-scooter downstairs. It's cheap and convenient. You better fix this reckless spending habit before you marry into our family.
This again. This family had been hounding me over a single parking spot for a whole week. I stared at him cold.
Show me the marriage certificate and I'll move my car.
I'll say this one last time. No. I was confused by everything he'd said until that last line. It pushed me over the edge. Joey, what the hell are you talking about? Marry into your family?
This is none of your business. Move.
But Joey kept badgering me.
Lydia, I'm only saying this for your own good. My mom's never going to like you if you spend money like this. You ought to take a page from your sister-in-law's book. She's thrifty, stays home baking and raising the kids, never spends a dime more than she has to.
Joey, don't be disgusting. I have absolutely no connection to your family whatsoever.
I don't care if your mom likes me or not.
And you're bit fez rootming, and there isn't your cobble. It was samegeld.
It hit me all at once, and anger flared up inside me.
Joey, don't be disgusting. I have absolutely no connection to your family whatsoever. I don't care if your mom likes me or not.
You're driving a fancy car and hogging 3 parking spots. Have you ever thought about how the rest of us neighbors feel? Karma's gonna come for you.
I paid for these spots with my own money. Why should I have to answer to anyone? No other neighbor had a problem. Why was this family such a nuisance? I swallowed my anger and said coldly, Joey, what car I drive and how many spots I use is my right.
I don't care if you renters have a million cars, you only get 2 spots. So move your car, or I'll have it towed.
Leave me alone unless you have a real reason. Got it? And if you try to mess with my parking spots again, I won't be nice about it.
Lydia, I know it's tough for a young girl making it in New York. All right, my family's gonna cut you some slack.
I thought he'd finally come to his senses, but as I reached the elevator, he ran after me again.
You know how expensive baby food is in New York? Organic jars are $10 and up.
I stared at him in disbelief and snapped,
You'll save a ton of money this way. You're single, right? Perfect. I'll set you up with my brother Todd. These days, it's hard for a girl like you to find a decent American guy. Todd's just a fun guy who likes to have a good time. The only issues he's got are some debts and a string of girlfriends. Nothing serious besides that. Besides, it's not safe for a girl to live in a big apartment like this all alone. You need a man to take care of you. My mom's coming down from Pennsylvania soon. Once you have kids, she'll take care of them for you. You won't have to lift a finger. Or to left a fingers. You want to lift a finger.
Are you insane? I was done wasting my breath on this jerk. I lifted my foot and slammed my stiletto down on his sneaker. Joey let out a yelp right away. They'd really gone to absurd lengths for a single parking spot. It was rush hour. He was too embarrassed to keep fighting with me in front of everyone. The elevator arrived, and I walked past him straight in. I thought the whole mess was finally over, until I got to the garage the next morning for work, and something even worse happened. A beat-up used Chevy EV was parked right in my spot with the charger. My parking lock had been pried open and tossed by the trash can, and the concrete was spray-painted in bright red letters, reserved for 3B. Well, what a convenient way to turn the tables. Do you really think I'm easygoing and can be manipulated like this? I sent Joey a voice note right then and there. Get your ass downstairs right now and move your car, or I'm calling the cops.
Sister-in-law, didn't you listen to me yesterday? The whole family voted. You're allowed to marry my brother Todd. We're family now. Why quibble over a parking spot? Look at the photo. Todd's the one in the middle. A good guy like him is hard to find. You better appreciate him. We're not asking for much. Just a dowry of $888,000. That's all. After the wedding, you two can live in this apartment. Hand over the keys to your BMW. To Todd, he knows cars. He'll take good care of it for you.
Another text from Joey popped up. He was really counting his chickens before they hatching.
Oh, and once you're married, us gals don't handle the money. Hand over all your bank cards and investment accounts to Todd to manage. Don't worry, we're not cheap. We'll give you $500 a month for spending money. That's more than enough.
I laughed out loud in anger. He was so obvious with his greed, it was practically smacking me in the face. I called my realtor right away and listed the apartment for sale. To keep this family away from me, I moved into a 5-star hotel in Midtown Manhattan for the time being. That day, as soon as I arrived at the company, my assistant rushed over and told me,
Sister, an elderly lady at the front desk is looking for you and says she's your mother-in-law.
I was completely confused. I didn't know any old ladies in New York, but I went to the front desk out of politeness anyway. She saw me, narrowed her beezy eyes, and marched right up to me, scolding me in thick Pennsylvanian English. Lydia, where are your manners? You see your mother-in-law and don't even say hello? So I couldn't even run away from these people? I wasn't about to put up with this ridiculous family. Mrs. Carter, I have no connection to your family whatsoever. Stop talking nonsense.
Watch your mouth. You're never home to do any housework or take care of an old lady like me. You're always out and never come back. Are you seeing someone else?
I didn't expect the old lady to be so bold. She tilted her chin up and yelled even louder, drawing stares from every passerby.
Go ahead and call security. I want everyone to see if you have any manners at all. She's young, drives a fancy car, and takes up 3 parking spaces. I bet she's just dating some rich guy.
My colleagues heard the commotion and all gathered around to watch, whispering among themselves. I wasn't about to let her slander me with these baseless accusations. I hit the security bell in the lobby right away. I was Marissant Swart Martha. Security guards came over and dragged Martha away. She struggled and screamed the whole time. After that, I started a new job. I'd only been there a few days when I saw Joey right at the office building entrance. He was holding his phone, and when he saw me, he ran right up, his face twisted with rage.
Lydia, my mom fell yesterday because of you. You have to pay us for the damages. At least $5,000.
Pay for damages? I'd already been more than generous by not making them pay for my pried open parking lock or my spray-painted spot. And he had the nerve to turn this on me? Your mother said many unfair things about me. I could have sought legal help, and she ought to be thankful I chose not to.
How could you treat your mother-in-law this way after marrying Todd? This kind of behavior will only bring bad results.
This family just wouldn't leave me alone, would they? Joey, do you really think I'm a pushover? Your family keeps crossing my line. You really think I won't call the cops?
Go ahead and call the police. If you aren't willing to sort this out properly, I'll make what you've done known to everyone. Everyone will see what you're really like.
Commuters streamed in and out all around, yet within the lobby we stood locked in a moment. With that, he pulled the photoshopped marriage certificate out of his pocket and shoved it right at his phone camera. My name and his brother Todd's were printed on it clear as day, along with a badly edited group photo of us together. I was humiliated.
Everyone, look! My poor brother Todd! He gave this woman all his money, and she took it to buy an apartment with another man. And now she's hogging the 3 parking spots Todd left me.
Joey put on a high-pitched voice and sobbed his heart out. His acting was on par with a B-list Hollywood extra.
My brother Todd slugs away at odd jobs, barely making enough to get by all year. And this woman conned him out of every penny. She's got a black heart.
His crying drew a crowd of my new coworkers, and the whispers started flying. I can't believe
Never would have guessed.
It's not that hard to see. I thought something was off about her ages ago. Dressed to the nines, driving a fancy car. Her money's definitely dirty. No wonder I saw her walking into a Fifth Avenue luxury store with an old guy the other day buying a ton of stuff. My mom felt bad for me commuting across half the city, so she just bought me an apartment. Joey heard the whispers and got even more worked up, spitting as he talked.
That's right. Everyone, you no idea this Newman off-tronitations within the Lalderanian and why her Jopie to Trumshins. I have photos as proof.
Joey pulled out a stack of printed photos, some clear, some blurry. I looked at them, and the person in the photos was my dad. He actually dared to do this. I pulled out my phone right away, turned on the camera, and recorded every single second. Joey, I'll give you one last chance. Are you sure everything you just said is the truth?
Of course it's real. Everyone saw it. The photos are right here. How could it be fake?
Joey held her head high, speaking with absolute certainty.
Besides, there are photos of her entering and leaving the hotel with that person. The evidence is irrefutable. She's nothing but a woman who only scams money from men. And I have more evidence. Lydia, give my brother's money, apartment, and parking space back right now. I'm gonna fight you on this till the end. I'll never back down.
A few colleagues fell for Joey's lies and sided with him, pointing and staring at me.
Linda, I can't believe you do this. Mr. Carter seems like a nice guy. You shouldn't treat him like this.
Seeing someone take his side, Joey only grew more smug and confident.
Lydia, you hear that? Hand over Todd's stuff now, or I'll make sure you can never work in New York again.
I shot Joey a cold glare, a bitter smile tugging at the corner of my mouth. Joey, you just said I was with someone else.
So what if I did?
I pulled up my phone album slowly, found a family photo, and shoved it right at his phone camera. Joey, look at this person. Don't you think he looks familiar? Joey stared down at the photo on my phone, and his face turned white as a sheet. Panic filled his eyes.
What's this supposed to mean? What are you trying to prove with this photo? He was still trying to act tough, even now. This is my photo. But the people watching his live stream weren't stupid. Someone recognized the photo right away, and the comment section blew up instantly.
I remember now. This minder the years Lydia, the Turtia. The Kurt Dequan hashes I knew Ria to that Maui points, the law best, and she mentioned the drop hand and iron.
I laughed to myself. Knowing how crazy this Carter family was, if I'd told them who I was.
Lydia, it was all just a misunderstanding. Let's forget about today, okay? I'm sorry.
Apology? You think this is over with just a misunderstanding?
You're gonna marry my brother Todd anyway. We're family. No need to get hung up on a little thing like this.
Even now, he was still trying to get his hands on me. It was true. Shameless people never knew when to quit. Joey, when you were slandering me just now, did you ever stop to think how much damage you were doing to my reputation? And you call us family? Do you really think I'll just let this go after you photoshipped a marriage certificate and tried to con me? I laughed to myself. If I'd told them who I was earlier, they would have come up with even more absurd ways to blackmail me into giving them what they wanted. Sister-in-law? He really wouldn't stop until he hit a wall. If this family was still disgreedy, ungrateful, I wasn't going to hold back anymore. Joey lost his cool.
Photoshopped? That certificate's real. Sister-in-law, let's stop fighting. We can talk about this at home. Hey there, pretty lady.
I knew that even if I called the cops now, all they'd get for their actions was a minor misdemeanor. Couple days in jail, a small fine. It wouldn't teach them a lesson. I hit the security bell in the office building right away and told the guards to drag Joey out. Joey struggled and screamed, but the guards were all big, burly guys. He didn't stand a chance. They hauled him out of the building, and he screamed like a stuck pig the whole way. Having the guards rough him up a little was actually letting him off easy. I went back to the hotel, and my parents already knew what the Carter family had done.
They were so angry they wanted to send their legal team after them right then and there.
I calmed them down and said I had a plan, but they still wouldn't rest easy.
I most me I could be wanted to be a then.
They sent a personal bodyguard, Ethan, to protect me right away. At the same time, I called my realtor. When I'd listed the apartment the first time, I'd told them I wanted to sell it to someone tough, someone who wouldn't put up with nonsense. The realtor sifted through all the buyers and recommended Cohen to me.
Cohen was a professional boxing coach, fiery, no-nonsense, and she'd lived in Lower Manhattan for years. She'd hated the Carter family's guts for a long time. We got the apartment's title transferred in less than half a day.
Once that was done, I blocked the entire Carter family on every single one of my social media accounts and phone numbers. I thought it would take the Carters a few days to figure out the apartment had new owners, but that very night, I heard screaming and fighting downstairs. It was a whole commotion. I wasn't about to let them get away with it. I took all the screenshots. Joey's weird texts to me, the photoshopped marriage certificate, all his ridiculous demands, and posted them in the building's HOA group chat. A lot of people in the building's HOA group already didn't like the Carters. They just didn't have much contact with them, so they had no idea how disgusting they were behind closed doors. As soon as I posted the screenshots and texts, the group chat blew up. Everyone was slamming the Carter family.
Oh my God, this family is disgusting. This isn't borrowing a parking spot. This is straight up theft.
This is hilarious. An extra 4 cents a K-watch, 20 cents a day profit. And they call her greedy? How do they even have the nerve to say that? You can't even buy a single candy at the bodega for 20 cents.
It's this family again. Martha came over to borrow milk once, took the whole brand new gallon I just bought, and never gave it back. When I asked for it, she called me petty.
Todd trampled my garden. I confronted him, and he said my flowers were blocking his way. It's ridiculous.
In an instant, the neighbors in the chat were spilling all the tea. They exposed every terrible thing the Carter family had ever done. The Carter family initially tried to argue in the group chat, but with so many people and such solid evidence, they had no way to defend themselves, eventually had to lease the group in disgrace. After they left the chat, Cohen texted me and told me to watch my back with the Carters. She said they were troublemakers, petty and vengeful, and they'd probably come after me next. I'd been ready for this ever since Joey found out who I was. His family was so greedy and crazy. Now that I'd set the bait, there was no way they'd resist it. If they dared to lay a finger on me, I'd show them no mercy. They'd pay for what they'd done. Lena was right. The next day, I got to the office building, and who did I see blocking the entrance? Joey and Martha. Martha saw me plop down on the ground and started pounding her thighs and screaming and started in total streety basig. She was acting like a total street thug.
Oh my God, is there any justice in this world? My daughter-in-law runs around all day instead of staying home. She doesn't care about her mother-in-law at all. And she sold our family apartment behind our blacks? How dare she? I'm such a poor old lady. My son got con out of his money. Our apartment got sold, and we can't even use a lousy parking spot. How am I supposed to live?
Everyone at the office had learned their lesson from last time. No one dared to say a word. They just stood back and watched. No one wanted to shout it. No one wanted to get involved. Martha panicked when she saw no one was on her side. She pulled out a bottle of an unknown liquid from her pocket and charged at me. But before she could even lift her arm, Ethan, who was standing right next to me, kicked the bottle out of her hand. It flew back and hit her square in the chest, and the liquid splashed all over her. Martha let out a blood-curdling scream right away. Joey saw what happened and ran right at me, trying to grab my hair and start a fight. I stared at him cold, my eyes filled with ice. Joey, are you sure you want to lay a hand on me? I suggest you think long and hard about this. If you so much as touch a hair on my head, this time it won't just be a trip to the police station to give a statement. Joey looked at Ethan's tall figure with fear in his eyes and swallowed hard.
Lydia, you're going too far. We had a deal. The apartment and the parking spots are ours. Why did you sell the apartment?
What do you mean? I let out a whole cold laugh. It's my stuff. I can sell it to whoever I want. Who are you to tell me what to do?
You're gonna marry my brother Todd. Your stuff is our family stuff.
Joey still wouldn't give up. I shot Ethan a glance, and he stepped forward right away, staring at Joey cold. His voice was like ice.
Mr. Carter, I'll remind you that what you and your mother just did is attempted assault. If you keep slandering Miss Chen and spreading lies, your family won't just face a few days in jail and a fine. You'll be facing criminal charges. Joey's face turned white as a sheet, his lips trembling. What do you mean?
Exactly what it says. Joey, stay away from me from now on. If you don't, I'll keep my word, and your whole family will never be able to set foot in New York again. Joey looked from Ethan to me, and he knew he wasn't going to get anything out of this. He helped the injured Martha up, muttered curses under his breath, and slunk away with his tails between his legs. But I knew better. This family was too greedy and crooked to just let this go. They were definitely plotting something terrible. And sure enough, the next day, Joey's creepy brother Todd made his move. Todd made Facebook and Twitter accounts just to smear me. He made up all kinds of false accusations about me. But Todd wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed. The so-called marriage certificate he posted online was the same photoshopped fake Joey had used before. On top of that, he upped the ante. He lied and said I was pregnant with his baby, that we'd fought, and I'd run off with the baby and stolen all his money and property. He clearly watched way too many cheesy billionaire romance dramas. He was trying to make himself out to be the heartbroken tycoon whose girlfriend ran off with his baby. But he was a slobby, overweight guy with a face full of acne scars. Not an ounce of the suave tycoon vibe about him. His live stream was flooded with neticists roasting him. The comments section was a total comedy show.
Hey guys, I'm back, and today I want to talk about this marriage certificate.
With looks like that, with you still want the heiress of Verdier of the Kate Group to have your child? You must be dreaming?
Wait, what's wrong with it?
Marriage certificate is so bad. Even so, he still garnered a large number of views from his haters. He even sold cheap, low-quality accessories during his live streams. Everyone at the company knew about Joey's lies by now. No one dared say anything to my face. But a lot of them still gossiped about me behind my back. I stayed calm and jotted down the names of every coworker who spread rumors or talked about me behind my back. When Todd was feeling proud of himself for making a little cash by smearing me, contendern to Gemüteris Haut, I made of Facebook and Twitter accounts, posted a legal statement, and shared the police reports. With ample evidence, the Carter family was punished and became the subject of gossip wherever they went. The Carter family, who'd once dreamed of getting rich by spreading rumors and live stream selling, now had to slink back to their tiny, rundown rental apartment and hide inside, too scared to even go out the door. But misfortune never comes alone. The landlord stood menacingly at the door, his face ashen, porting inside.
You spread rumors, harass people in my inferior goods, and neither house Samazanthi, you are disgrace to matey. I will never rent this house to people of questionable character like you. Move out now, immediately.
A landlord posted photos of the trashed rental in the building's HOA group chat, wall stained, floors scratched, furniture broken, and the neighbors were furious when they saw it. But the Carters ran like the wind. They packed their things and fled in the middle of the night, and no one had a clue where they had gone. It seemed like the whole mess was finally over, and my parents officially hand over the reins of Chen Group's New York branch to me. Though I appeared the company or fagrants and everyone's on our own side, you can't recruiting the Drachman, Hohenly Sengat, Ij Fidget. I wasn't about to coddle them. I called an all-staff meeting and announced I was firing every single one of them. That sent them into a total panic. They all jumped up and begged for mercy.
Mrs. Chen, we didn't do anything wrong. Why are you firing us? Didn't do anything wrong? Are you sure about that?
I told my assistant to pull up the company's security footage right then and there. Footage that clearly showed them huddled in the break room and hallways, spreading rumors and talking trash about me. These people then realized that their little tricks had never escaped my notice. Last time in lead by Joey, I didn't know the truth, so he had been pursued the mayor. But these people just wouldn't learn their lesson. Even after finding out I'd been framed by the Carters, they still gossiped and made up lies behind my back. And for that, I had no mercy.
Lydia, please forgive us. It was an honest mistake. We were tricked by the Carters.
Yeah, Lydia, I have a family to feed, kids and elderly parents. I really know I was wrong. Please give us a second chance.
I stared at them cold, my eyes completely devoid of warmth. An honest mistake? A family to feed? This same thing happened once before. All the other coworkers chose not to believe or spread rumors. Only you kept passing them along, and even made up stories to hurt me on purpose. Do you really think I'm just a figurehead here?
Lydia, we really are sorry. Please spare us.
I'd never been a saint, and I didn't believe in endlessly forgiving people who'd hurt me. After firing those people, all the pent-up frustration I'd been holding on to for so long finally lifted. The days that followed were peaceful. The Carter family never showed up again, but I knew better. They were definitely biding their time, plotting something awful. One day, I had an important business meeting in New Jersey, and Ethan went with me, driving me there himself. As Ethan was driving along the road, a car suddenly burst out from the side and slammed violently into our vehicle. We instantly lost control, and the car crashed hard into the roadside guardrail. I was thrown around inside the car. Luckily, my car had been custom modded with top-of-the-line safety features. The second the impact hit, all the airbags deployed, and Ethan shielded me right away, pinning me gently but firmly to my seat to keep me safe. When we got out of the car safely and walked over to the other vehicle, we saw the driver was none other than Joey's wife, Linda. Linda was trapped in the driver's seat, covered in blood and badly injured, but still conscious. When she saw me, out of basic human decency, I called 911 right away for an ambulance and the police. But Linda never made it. She died on the way to the hospital, despite the paramedics' best efforts to save her. Later, the police told me the Carters had never liked Linda. They resented her for only having daughters and not giving them a grandson, so they'd abused her physically and verbally for years. Martha had tormented her the most, treating her like a maid instead of a daughter-in-law. Later had been desperate to escape that life. When she saw me move into the building, she thought my empty parking spot would be a way to win the Carters over. She thought if she helped them get the spot, her life would get a little easier. Joey and Martha had known about it all along. They'd even egged Linda on, denying its herdness, telling her that if she crashed into me and seriously injured or killed me, they'd be able to take all my money and property. Ethan investigated and found out the crash hadn't been an accident. It was a deliberate plot by the Carters. I'd had enough. There was no way I was letting them get away with this. I told Ethan to catch him to contact our legal team immediately, gather all the evidence, and take the Carter family to court for their actions. After going through all this, I became what people called a career-driven superwoman. After everything settled down and it was safe again, I originally wanted to ask my parents to transfer Ethan back. But to my surprise, he refused to leave no matter what. I had no choice but to call my parents and vent. And on the phone, they gave me the most amazing surprise ever.
To be honest, he's the fiancé we set you up with. He's the heir to the Ethan family. You two met when you were little. You just forgot because you were too young.
With that, Mom hung up the phone right away, leaving me standing there, stunned. I managed an awkward smile and got up to slip away, but Ethan seized my wrist in an instant. He pulled me into his arms and held me tightly. Leaning close to my ear, he murmured softly,
I've sorted out so many problems for you and taken care of the Carter family. I should get something in return, shouldn't I?
In that moment, I finally understood what people meant when they said, out of the frying pan, into the fire, oh well. At least he was easy on the eyes. I threw in the towel. Fine. I'd marry him. 6 months later, Ethan and I held a romantic wedding on the lawn of New York's Central Park. Many prominent business figures and loved ones attended. My parents also made a special trip from Los Angeles, beaming at me with wide, joyful smiles. My happy life started right then and there. 3 months after our wedding, Ethan and I moved into our new home. It was a penthouse duplex on the Upper East Side of Manhattan, with a huge rooftop terrace. From the terrace, we could overlook the entire New York City skyline, watch the Hudson River flow by, and see the lights of the Empire State Building. It was breathtakingly beautiful. On moving day, my parents, Lena, and a bunch of our friends all came over. It was loud and lively, full of warmth and joy. My mom took my hand, her eyes red and her voice thick with emotion.
Our little Lydia, you've really grown up. You're married now?
Mom, it's not like I'm moving to a different country. I laughed and wiped her tears, patting her back gently to comfort her. I'm right here in New York. It's only a 30-minute drive to your hotel. You can see me whenever you miss me.
Once, you were our little girl, our precious baby who'd never grow up. Now you're someone's wife. You have to learn to take care of yourself and take care of your family.
Ethan locked over, wrapped an arm gently around my shoulders, and smiled softly at my mom, his voice firm and sincere.
Mom, don't worry. I'll take care of Lydia for the rest of my life. I'll never let her suffer a single bit of wrong.
After seeing all our family and friends off, Ethan and I stood in our empty new home.
Finally.
A home of our own.
I leaned into Ethan's chest, listening to his steady heartbeat, feeling completely at peace. He bent down and kissed the top of my head gently, his voice soft enough to melt butter.
Our home.
Not long after we moved in, I got a call from an unknown New York number.
Hello, is this Miss Lydia?
On the other end of the line was an old, tired woman's voice, thick with sobs. This is her. Who's calling, please?
This is Martha Carter, Joey's mom.
When I heard that name, I frowned. I thought I'd left the Carters far behind me. I never expected Martha to call me.
I know my family has wronged you, done terrible things to hurt you.
But my son Joey is in jail now, facing criminal charges. I'm begging you. Can you sign a letter of leniency? Let him off this once? Martha's voice was choked with sobs and pleas, but I felt nothing. Not a single twinge of emotion. Joey had been arrested by the police for inciting Linda to assault me, and the evidence was overwhelming. He faced serious criminal charges and a long prison sentence. Martha was only here to beg me to sign a letter of leniency to get his sentence reduced. I'm sorry, but I can't help you. You know exactly what your son did. If it weren't for my car's top-tier safety features and a little luck, Ethan and I could be in the hospital right now, or even dead. Martha's sobs got even more desperate, and she wailed.
I know I was wrong, Mrs. Chen, I really do. But he's my only son. If he goes to prison, I won't be able to live either. Have a little mercy on me. Please sign the letter.
Have mercy on you? Flashbacks of Martha throwing a tantrum at my office, calling me a gold digger, trying to splash me with that unknown liquid flooding my mind. Where was your mercy when you threw a fit at my office, slandered my name, and forced me to quit my job? Where was your mercy when you egged Linda on to crash into my car and kill me?
I was just old and foolish, blinded by greed. Mrs. Chen, please forgive me this once.
Martha babbled, her voice full of despair. I cut her off cold, my voice like ice. You're selfish. Your whole family is the same. For a parking space, you'll fabricate lies and Photoshop images to spread rumors. Now you want me to forgive you? Don't you think it's too late? On the other end of the line, there was a long, heavy silence. Only Martha's muffled sobs could be heard. Finally, Martha whispered a hoary, broken,
I'm sorry.
Not long after I hung up, Ethan walked out of the kitchen holding a glass of warm water. He handed it to me and asked softly,
Was that the Carters?
Yeah, Martha. She wanted me to sign a letter of leniency for Joey. I took the glass and sipped the water. The warm liquid slid down my throat, but it couldn't chase away the cold in my heart.
What did you say?
He sat down next to me and took my hand gently, his eyes full of softness and support. I said no. I set the glass down and looked into Ethan's eyes, my voice firm. Some people, some things, don't deserve to be forgiven. He understood me. understood my hurt, my anger, my resolve. More months passed, and the court's verdict came down. Joey was found guilty of inciting aggravated assault, the evidence irrefutable. He was sentenced to 3 years in prison and ordered to pay me a huge nubby in compensation for emotional distress and property damage. Todd was found guilty of online defamation and invasion of my privacy. He was ordered to issue a public apology, pay a heavy fine, and compensate me for the damage to my reputation. I went to the courthouse to sit in on the sentencing that day, on purpose. Martha sat in the gallery, her hair white and her face gone and haggard. When the bailiffess led Joey away, she screamed and cried hysterically, fainting several times. But no one around her felt an ounce of sympathy, only contempt and coldness. As the bailiffs led Joey out, he suddenly turned around and looked at me. His eyes were a mess of emotions. Hatred, regret, resentment. But I just stared back at him cold, no emotion at all. Maybe in that moment, he finally realized the terrible consequences his greed and shamelessness had brought him. But I didn't care anymore. This long, ridiculous fari was finally over. Ethan was leaning against the car waiting for me. When he saw me come out, he walked over right away, took my bag from me, and asked softly,
It's over?
"It's over. Let's go home." On the weekend, Ethan and I drove out to our villa on Long Island. My parents had already prepared a big feast. It had been ages since I'd had a meal with the whole family. After dinner, Mom pulled me into the villa's garden for tea. Sunlight filtered through the leaves, casting dappled light on the ground, and a soft breeze blew by, carrying the faint scent of flowers.
Lily, how are you and Ethan getting along?
We're great. He's so good to me, takes such good care of me, always lets me have my way.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. You two have been married for almost a year now. Do you have any plans for kids? Oh, take your time, dear. It's my fault for asking.
Mom, we've only been married for almost a year, and the company's really busy right now. I haven't even thought about kids yet.
Almost a year is a long time. You're young now. Your body's in great shape. You'll recover from childbirth fast. Besides, your dad and I are retired now. We have plenty of time to help you with the baby.
Mom, it's really not urgent. Ethan and I want to enjoy our time together as a couple for a few more years.
Did you what we need to?
All right, let the kids decide for themselves about having a baby. Stop worrying so much. Kids will have their own lives.
I know, it's just hard.
My mom was pressuring us to have a baby again today.
Mom's just worried about us. Don't take it to heart.
I know. It just felt a little sudden. I'm really not ready for a baby right now. The company still has a lot going on, and I want to focus on my career first.
It's all right. No rush. I'll follow your lead. Whenever you're ready, we'll have a baby. I'll wait for you, no matter how long it takes.
Listening to Ethan's soft words, my heart was full of emotion. I squeezed his hand tight. In our first year of marriage, Ethan and I took some time off to go on our honeymoon in Europe. We visited 5 countries: France, Italy, Switzerland. On the snowy peaks of the Swiss Alps, I got a message from Conan.
Sishi, I bought a new place. It's in a fancy building in Brooklyn, with crazy tight security. The HOA fees are pricey, but it's worth it for the peace of mind. I'll never have to worry about weird neighbors again.
Congrats. When's the move? Ethan and I will come help. October 10th. You have to come help me housewarm. We'll be there. I put my phone down, and Ethan walked over, took off his coat, and draped it over my shoulders.
Are you cold? The wind's strong on the mountain. Don't let yourself freeze.
No, I'm not cold. I leaned into Ethan's chest, watching the sea of clouds roll by in the distance, the snow-capped mountains stretching on and on. My heart was full of peace and happiness. I just can't believe how fast time flies. Ethan, what were it's nice to be her commas with it when it is sontem steg. Ethan added a yummy at Winley be rumming in Fierbera, cromant cessinant. Thank you.
Thank me for what?
Thank you for being by my side, for being there when I was at my lowest, my most helpless, my most scared, for protecting me, supporting me, staying with me. Ethan smiled, bent down, and gently patted my head.
My love, you don't have to thank me. taking care of you and Bahong you, you're my greatest pathesis.
At the top of the snow-capped mountain, the world was quiet. Snow covered everything, and the sea of clouds stretched out endlessly. Only our embracing figures, shining bright in the warm sunlight.